Squire's 40th anniversary gold edition guitars. Are these the best guitars you can get for under £500? Hello, I am Vinny from Guitar Guitar, and today we're just going to do a very quick video talking about Squire's brand new 40th anniversary guitars. These are the gold edition guitars, and it's probably no surprise why they are called the gold edition. They are really gold looking. These are, of course, explained in the name, made to celebrate Squire's 40th anniversary. Within the range, you have a Strat, a Tele, a Jazzmaster, a Jazz Bass, and a P Bass. They all come with very similar looks. They all have gold hardware for a start. They all have gold anodized pick guards. All come with a bound fretboard and block inlays, a 40th anniversary engraved neck plate, and Fender designed pickups. Now, I would probably go on record to say that pretty much any Squier is going to be a very, very good value guitar. The thing that's special about Squire's 40th anniversary guitars is that they come with all of these very luxurious appointments that really make them stand above their counterparts. And the same thing needs to be said about the actual quality of the finishing of these guitars. Now, Squiers over the last few years have just got better and better every year. Every time they release a new range, we are always blown away by just how well made they are. And these are no exception to the rule. These are finished so well, they feel so good. The quality control on them is amazing. They just feel so well made, and they respond to your playing in a way that would rival some really, really high-end guitars. And for that reason, we are saying these are probably one of the best ranges of guitars that you can get right now for under £500. And the thing to consider here as well is that although Squier is more commonly attributed to sort of starter guitars, these aren't just for beginners. If you are a guitarist looking for something to put into your collection, maybe you want something to record with, these are extremely functional guitars and definitely worth your time just to give a go and see what you think of them. So spec-wise, these are all pretty true representations of their respective models. The Strat is like a Strat, the Tele is like a Tele. I know that there are lots of variations on that theme. All of the guitars come with a 9.5-inch fingerboard radius, and the pickup configurations, as I say, are really just the most kind of typical version of what you would find on those particular models. They haven't really changed much about the classic sound and feel of all of the models. They've just made very good representations of those models. Again, one of the things that I feel is really, really important to touch on here is the build quality. Now, you are probably already aware of what Squier is all about. Squier is, of course, a sister brand of Fender. They make licensed versions of Fender's most iconic shapes, and they have got tons of different ranges depending on what you are looking for. Of course, to make more accessible versions of those guitars from a budget perspective, there are some compromises that have to be made in the build process, whereas a really high-end Fender might be sort of hand finished or, you know, hand painted. A Squier may more typically be on a more automated building process, and some of the materials that they might use might be slightly more budget friendly than some of the materials used on the higher end Fenders. What we've generally been seeing over the last few years is as companies develop their product ranges like the Squier ranges, more and more they are figuring out ways of doing certain things at a better quality and with materials that will not break the bank, but will still be really, really good quality. And as those 40 years have passed, we have seen these guitars just get better and better and better. And now we have reached a point where realistically, most people are going to be pretty satisfied with the quality of these guitars. Again, really well made, they look amazing, and that is something else that we should touch on. The finishing is outstanding. It is very difficult to find Fenders that look like this at this price point. And when I say very difficult, I mean almost impossible. You will not find a Fender with all of the binding and luxurious kind of like gold hardware and anodized guards and etc. for this price. It's just not going to happen. Tonally, these guitars are amazing. Again, they all kind of fit into their own brackets depending on the model you go for. They are just so good. And I guarantee they will be fit for purpose for any caliber of player, whether you are just a beginner who is looking for your first real kind of like proper guitar, or maybe you are a recording touring artist who just wants a guitar that looks great and sounds great. These will be for you as well. As I've already said, this video is intended to be a pretty short one, so I'm not going to say much more than what I already have. I think one final thing that is worth bringing up before we really wrap this video up is just to say that without Squier, I feel like a huge majority of us being guitarists, would probably never have had the access to those iconic Fender shapes and sounds without Squier. And we're talking Strats, Tellies, Jazzmasters, P-basses, Jazz basses. These are some of the most important instruments to ever be made in the guitar world, and without them, so many of our favorite artists would never have made the music that they made. And it's just so important, I feel, to really just thank Squier for everything they've done for us, because, I mean, realistically, if you're a guitarist starting out, there's probably no way you're spending American Fender money on an American Fender Strat when you've just started out. Thanks to Squier for that as a whole. Obviously, these 40th anniversary models are just a perfect encapsulation of everything that makes Squiers so great. And considering the price point that they are at, I would be as bold to say they are probably one of the best guitars you can get in that price range. And the best thing is that they've done pretty much all of Fender's most iconic models within this range, and they're all around the same price point. They all look very much the same in their design and looks, and they are just so good. I've probably said that like 100 times in this video at this point, but yeah, they're great, and I think they're amazing. And of course, one last thing, they sound really good too. And you know, what's the point of having a guitar that looks really nice and doesn't sound good? Obviously, guitar's all about looking cool. The other stuff comes later, right? Thank you so much for watching. I have been Vinny from Guitar Guitar. If you like this video or any of our other videos, please feel free to like, subscribe, hit the bell so that you can get some notifications. If you have any thoughts on these guitars, let us know in the comments below. If you have any questions for us, again, comments, or on our website, www guitarguitar.co.uk. We've got little chat boxes. You can talk to real Guitar Guitar employees over there. Or if you'd rather just come into a shop, we have got 6 stores across the country being the UK, of course, and we can help you out in person, which is lovely. As I've already said, I have been Vinny from Guitar Guitar, and thank you so much for watching. See you soon.